Hey guys, this is Tommy over at Geek Tyrant and Card Games on Computers. I've got here, Konami was kind enough and sent me the new Speed Duel starter decks. We've got Match of the Millennium, featuring decks based on Pegasus and Yami Yugi, aka Atem. And we've also got Twisted Nightmares, which is Yami Bakura and Yami Marik. I'll be honest, I haven't looked on the back yet to see what cards come in these. I wanted this to be a complete surprise for me. These are speed duels, so I mean they're not going to come with very many. It's like 20. I don't know if they send 20 or 30 cards in the starter decks per side, but the cool thing is that you do get 2 decks in one pack. So you buy 1 box, you can automatically start playing with your friend. Split the cost, whatever. I think they retail for about $10. Oh, I promise I didn't read any of that, so I don't know what's going on. We're going to go ahead. I want to do Match of the Millennium first, and let's see what we get here. So, we open the box. Things come out. Okay. Trash. We get... Okay. Nice little paper mat for speed duels. And on the back, you've got, your rules for speed duels, how to play. So even if you've never played before, all the rules are on there. Oh, there's the card list I don't want to see. And, let's take a look here. So we'll take a look at Atem's deck. Looks like Blackluster Soldier, which is a big plus for me. Blackluster Soldier is one of my favorite cards. Assuming I can ever open this. Haha, there's the pool tab. Okay, let's get the trash out of here. Okay, so we've got this card, which is just the thing trying to get you to play Duel Links, which is the digital version of Speed Duels. So that's cool. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Advanced ritual art. Very nice. Okay, so we've got Ritual of Black Mastery skill card. Activate this skill during your main phase. Let's see. There we go. While you control Blackluster Soldier or Magician of Black Chaos that you ritual summon this turn. While you control Blackluster Soldier, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's skill. Also, once per turn, if your opponent activates a trap card, draw 1 card immediately after it resolves. Pretty interesting. While you control Magician of Black Chaos, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell effects. Also, if your Magician of Black Chaos destroys a monster by battle, add 1 spell from your graveyard to your hand. Holy cow! That's actually really good for running Magician of Black Chaos. Let's see. Knight of Legend. Activate this skill during your main phase. Each turn, 1 Gaia the Fierce Knight you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. Okay. Apply the following skills while you control a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster or a Gaia the Dark Dragon Champion monster. If it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage once per turn. If it inflicts battle damage with this skill, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. That's pretty nice. You cannot activate set cards in the spell and trap zone. Ooh, so that's the trade-off. You can do all this cool stuff. So you can't use traps at all, and you can't use set quick plays. So that kind of sucks. So first we got Dark Magician. I don't know why this art is not my favorite. I don't know why they never really reprint the original art from the Yugi starter deck. That's my personal favorite, but they never put it out. They always make Dark Magician like green for whatever reason and blonde, and I mean it's not bad per se, but it's like in the show we always see him with the purple armor and the bluish purplish hair and stuff and normal skin tones, and so I just wish that it was like that. Gaia the Fierce Knight, Curse of Dragon, Winged Dragon, Beaver Warrior, Celtic Guardian, Silver Fang, Giant Soldier of Stone. Pretty standard Yugi cards. Then we've got Shadow Spectre. That's garbage. Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight. Okay. You can normal summon this card without tributing. If this card is normal summoned without tributing, its original attack becomes 1900. If this card is tributed, you can add 1 Blackluster Soldier monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of charging Gaia the Fierce Knight once per turn. Okay, not bad. Senju of the Thousand Hands, Old Vindictive Magician, Kuribo, Magician of Faith, Sphere Kuribo, and Blackluster Soldier. We then get into the magic cards: Blackluster Ritual, Polymerization, Soul Release, Spell Shattering Arrow, Spiral Spear Strike, Twister, Summoner's Art, Fighting Spirit, White Elephant's Gift, Goblin Circus, Backup Squad. Then for traps, Spellbinding Circle, Magic Jammer, and Eliminating the League. And we get Gaia the Dragon Champion. Okay. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that Magician of Black Chaos would also be in here because of that Ritual of Black Mastery skill card. But I guess that would have just been too much. Overall, though, I am impressed. I'm impressed that we got Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight. That was very impressive to me. Sphere Kuribo was a bit of a surprise as well. So it looks like with this, they're trying to really bring out the whole Gaia Blackluster Soldier strategy, which I can 100% get behind. I have a soft spot for warrior cards, so there you go. So let's check out what is Pegasus doing. Now that I know where that pull tab is, it makes life a lot easier. Should be pretty straightforward. I imagine it's going to be all about Relinquished. I'd be a little shocked if we got Thousand Eyes Restrict in this, but let's find out. Duel Links card again. Okay, cool. Oh, DD Crow. Wow, this is a very popular card in the normal game format as well. It's a quick effect. You can discard this card to the graveyard, then target a card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. So yeah, that was not expecting that at all. I might have to set that aside for my normal decks, because remember, you can use speed duel cards in your non-speed duel decks, but you can't use your non-speed duel cards in speed duel decks. So let's see, what are the skill cards? Thousand Eyes Spell. Activate this skill during your main phase. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card and use one of the following skills, but you cannot conduct your battle phase this turn. Ritual Summon 1 Relinquish from your hand by tributing a monster from your hand or field whose level is 1 or more. Also flip this card over. Okay, so any monster. Fusion Summon 1000 Eyes Restrict from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Also flip this card over. Okay, so it can act like a Polymerization or a Black Illusion Ritual. Toon Mayhem. The first time each Toon World in your spell and trap zone would be destroyed each turn, it is not destroyed. Not bad. Okay, so let's see. Thousand Eyes Idol, Illusionist Faceless Mage, Toon Alligator, Red Archery Girl, Manga Ryuran, Toon Barrel Dragon. There's a surprise for ya. Toon Buster Blader, Toon Dark Magician, Toon Summon Skull, Toon Mermaid, Toon Masked Sorcerer, 2 copies of those, okay. Toon Gemini Elf, Illusionist Faceless Magician, okay. If a face-up Eyes Restrict fusion monster or relinquished you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard if it was there when that monster was destroyed, or hand even if not. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Eyes Restrict fusion monster or relinquish in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use each effect of Illusionist Faceless Magician once per turn. That's pretty cool. An effect version of Illusionist Faceless Mage that better fits Pegasus' style. Sonic Bird, Jim Prognosticator of Rituals, and Jin Disarray of Rituals. Okay. Relinquish, Black Illusion Ritual, Toon World, Toon Table of Contents, Toon Rollback, Polymerization. Oh, maybe we are getting Thousand Eyes Restrict. Fulfillment of the Contract, Toon Mask, 7 Tools of the Bandit, Dust Tornado, Shield, Spear, Security Orb, Skill Successor, and Thousand Eyes Restrict. Okay, that's pretty awesome. We did get Thousand Eyes Restrict in that. I wasn't sure because I thought it would have been, displayed more prominently on this card instead of Relinquished. But what do I know, right? Okay, still very impressed that DD Crow is in this as well. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, Pegasus' deck actually looks really good. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's check out Twisted Nightmares now. I'm really impressed. I mean, the last time I looked at Speed Duel decks, it was with the set. It came with 3 decks. It was Joey, Kaiba, and Yugi. And those decks were really mediocre. I mean, these are also pretty mediocre on their own, but I feel like there's actually a lot of great stuff in there. Pegasus, I wasn't surprised that there was Toon stuff in there. I was expecting Toon stuff. I was just expecting more of the classic Toons, like Toon Summon Skull, Toon Blue Eyes Manga Ryuran, Toon Mermaid. And I wasn't expecting some of the newer Toons like Toon Buster Blade or Toon Dark Magician, Toon Barrel Dragon. I wasn't really expecting those. So that's really cool. That's really cool. Okay, so once again, we got the playing mat with the rules on the back, and we've got Yami Marik and Yami Bakura. Let's start with Yami Marik. Yeah. Okay. So, we got the cool little card with Lava Golem promoting Duel Links. Cool. Magical Stone Excavation. Discard 2 cards, then target 1 spell in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. Okay. Shadow Reborn. Activate this skill during your main phase. Once per duel, you can pay half your life points and special summon 1 monster from either graveyard, but your opponent takes no battle damage this turn. Okay. And Twisted Personality. Each time a player loses life points, place 1 counter on this card with a max of 3. Once per turn during your main phase, you can use one of the following skills. Remove 2 counters from the card, then discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Remove 3 counters and destroy 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Okay. So Lava Golem, no surprise there, considering it seems to be his mascot. Yaiba Robo, pretty junk card. Brave Scizor, pretty junk card. Melkid the 4-faced beast, okay. Gilgarth, pretty good, level 4 fiend, 1800 attack. Dark Prisoner, pretty junk. Doku Ro Yaiba, pretty junk. Dark Lucius, level 8. I don't remember how good the Dark Lucius level cards were. So this one, if it was special summoned by the effect of Dark Lucius, level 6, banish your opponent's monsters destroyed by battle with this card, also negate their effects. That's a pretty good effect. What does level 6 do? It's level 6, 1700 attack. If this card was summoned by the effect of Dark Lucius, level 4, negate the effects of your opponent's monsters destroyed by battle with this card. Not bad. Once per turn during the standby phase of your next turn, after this card negated your opponent's monster effect by this effect, you can send this card to the graveyard, special summon 1, level 8. Okay, so here's the problem with these guys, is you have to go from level 4 to level 6 to level 8, even though technically you don't have to. In order to level up, you have to, because you need to use the effect. Okay, and level 4, it's a level 4, 1000 attack guy. Negate the effects of your opponent's monsters destroyed by battle with this card once per turn. During the standby phase of your next turn after this card destroyed a monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard to get level 6 from your hand or deck. Legendary Fiend, I'm not terribly surprised by that one. It's an okay card, if you can keep it alive. Visor Shock, not too bad. Not great, really, actually. The more I look at it, I thought it was a level 3 or level 4, but it's a level 5, and all it does is return set cards on the field to the hand. With low stats, it's really not that great. Helpoemmer's pretty good, though. It can't be special summoned from the graveyard, but at the end of your opponent's battle phase, if it's in the graveyard because it was destroyed by battle, you can make your opponent discard a random card. So, level 5, 2000 attack, not the worst. Me Fist, level 5, 1800 attack. Wish it was a little better, but the effect is that it does piercing damage, and when it deals damage, you can discard a card. This was kind of the card to rival Air Knight Parshath back in the day. Lady Assailant of Flames, banish top 3 cards of your deck, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. Not that great. Visor Death. I think this is what I was thinking of when I saw Visor Shock earlier. If this card is normal summon, target one monster your opponent controls during your third standby phase after this effect's activation. Destroy that monster. This card cannot be destroyed by battle while the targeted monster is on the field. Meh. It's okay. Newdoria is decent. It's kind of like Man-Eater Bug. Dark Geroid is okay. Drillago, pretty standard for Marik. Boganian is okay. Tribute to the Doom, level up. Creature Seizure. Blah, 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 blah. Each player gives your opponent control of one of their monsters. You must choose a phase-up normal monster. I guess that's to have like Yaiba Robo. You target it, and your opponent can just targets whatever they have, which is, in theory, better than Yaiba Robo. Faustian Bargain. Target one special summon monster on either field, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand. Supply Squad is good once per turn if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, draw a card. That is actually a really good card. Rope of Life is pretty good. Nightmare Wheel is pretty good. Coffin Cellar is pretty good. Metal Reflect Slime is pretty good. And let's see, Prideful Roar. During damage calculation, if your monster battles an opponent's monster with a higher attack, pay life points equal to the difference. And Prideful Roar is pretty good because it can help bring down your opponent's big boss monsters at the cost of life points. But okay, not as impressed with Yami Marik's deck as I was with the other one so far. Honestly, I think so far Pegasus has actually impressed me the most, followed by Atem and then Yami Marik. Why is it that in all the marketing for Yu-Gi-Oh, they still call him Yami Yugi? Like, we know his name now. His name's Atem. We've known this for a really long time. So Dark Necrofear is going to be the boss monster here. Ooh, Santa Claus. I've heard of this card. Let's see. So it's level 6, light, fiend, 1200 attack, 2500 defense. You can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in defense position by attributing one monster they control. So it's got a kaiju effect. If summoned this way once during the end phase of this turn, you can draw a card. Okay. So his skills are Inner Conflict. Activate this skill during your main phase. Once per duel, you can pay half your life points and take control of one monster your opponent controls until the end phase, but it cannot attack directly. Okay. And Into the Darkness Below. Activate the skill during your main phase. Once per turn, you can discard one normal fiend monster. Then use one of the following skills. Either draw a card and flip it over, and flip the skill over. Or if you have 4 or more fiend normal monsters with different names in your graveyard, add one monster from your deck to your hand and flip the card over. Okay, so that's to help you get your Dark Necrofear out, which is pretty good. So here's Dark Necrofear as your boss. Then we've got Neck Hunter, which is pretty crappy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's a level 6 with only 1750 and 1900. Earl of Demise, level 5, 2000. Not terrible. That Witch feeds on life. Pretty crap. Whiptail Crow is okay. 1650 at level 4. Not the worst here. Gross Ghost of Fled Dreams. Headless Knight. I mean, these are both cards that he uses in the anime, so of course they're in here. Earthbound Spirit, I think he also uses, but it's level 4, 2000, so, it can stay there. The Shadow Who Controls the Dark. Garbage, in my opinion. Gap the Soldier, the Divine Soldier. I actually don't know this card. Level 6, 2200 attack, 2000 defense. There we go. All monsters are changed to attack position. Also, their battle positions cannot be changed. Flip effects are not activated. Once per turn, you can reveal any number of fiend monsters in your hand. This card gains 300 attack for each until the end of this turn. Okay. Dark Ruler of Hades. Puppet Master. When this card is tribute summon, you can pay 2,000 life points, then target 2 fiend monsters in your graveyard. Special summon those targets, but they cannot attack this turn. Okay. Lesser Fiend. Let's see. Banish any monsters destroyed by battle with this card. Twin-Headed Wolf. Negate flip effect monsters if you have another Fiend. Prometheus, King of the Shadows. If this card is normal summon, banish one or more dark monsters from your graveyard. And for each one, this card gains 400 attack until the end of the turn. Lancer Archfiend once per turn. When your monster declares an attack on your opponent's defense position monster, you can inflict piercing damage if you choose. Dark Mimic level 3 lets you draw a card. And you draw 2 cards instead if you special summon it using Dark Mimic level 1, which is a flip effect, draw a card. Mask of Darkness, Mad Reloader. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, draw 2 cards. Okay, so that's a good way to get your fiends to the graveyard for your Dark Necrofear, and potentially draw out your Dark Necrofear. Okay, Sword of Dark Destruction, Offerings to the Doom. Twister, Dark Eruption. Target one dark monster with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Veil of Darkness. During your draw phase, if you draw a dark monster, you can reveal any number of them, send them to the graveyard, then you can draw another card. Once again, we're trying to fill that graveyard with fiends so that we can get out our Dark Necrofear. Allure of Darkness, draw 2 cards and banish a dark monster, or if you don't have any in your hand, you banish your whole hand. Creeping Darkness, banish 2 dark monsters from your graveyard. Add a level 4 dark monster from your deck to your hand. Zoma, Common Charity, draw 2 cards, then banish a normal monster from your hand. Or if you don't have any, send your whole hand to the graveyard. Okay, another way to quickly get fiends to the graveyard, I guess. If you don't, or you get to draw cards, and if you have a normal monster, then you're good. And the Forceful Checkpoint. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, look at your opponent's hand, and if there is a monster card, negate the attack. Then discard 1 monster from their hand. Okay, not the best negate, but not terrible. My personal thoughts, and I'm sure people are going to be outraged or whatever. I think honestly, Yami Marik's is the worst one. I think Pegasus is still my favorite. I think it's the best, probably. I'll test them out and see later. And then I'm kind of torn between these two. I've probably got to give it to Yami Marik, or Yami Bakura. His seems a little bit more synergistic and stuff. But at the same time, Yami Yugi has Blackluster Soldier, which I'm a big sucker for. And then Yami Marik is just bleh, in my opinion. Like, it's, oh, these are cards he used in the anime, so this is what we're going to throw in here. I mean, yeah, it's just, here's a bunch of fiends, so let's throw them all together. So, what do you think of these new Speed Duel starter decks? What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to play around with these. I'm sure if you bought like 2 or 3 copies of each starter deck, then you could actually make a pretty good deck for some of these guys. I still question the viability of Yami Marik, but the other 3 for sure, I think you could easily make more viable decks, especially if you were to combine the Pegasus and Yami Yugi to really create more of a ritual run deck. I think that would be great. I think that's really what's missing from the Yami Yugi stuff, is a lot more ritual support. I feel like Pegasus had a lot for Relinquish, Thousand Eyes Restrict, so it had a lot of that ritual support in there with the Djinns, but then it also had the Toon support as well. So really, if you bought 3 copies of the Pegasus deck, I'm sure you could build a Toon deck and a nice little ritual deck for getting Thousand Eyes Restrict out. I would not be surprised at all if you did that. Yami Yugi, I feel like it'd be a little bit tougher just on his, but if you got some of the support from Pegasus, you're good. And if you manage to get a copy of Black Magician of Chaos, that would also help. Yami Bakura, you're going to be looking more... really, if you buy more, it's going to be just, okay, what are the crap fiends? Take those out, put them back in. Yami Marik, I'm sure you can make something with it. Really, Yami Marik and Yami Bakura, you could probably just combine into one deck and be good there. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the 4 different decks, and I'll be sure to let you know my thoughts.